So the next business idea or entrepreneurship idea that you may consider based on your market is mobile salon, spa, and doing makeup or being a makeup artist. Now, for mobile salon and spa, with the ongoing lockdown in most cities or countries, a lot of people don't want to go outside. They don't want to visit the salon. They don't want to go where there are so many people. So you can choose to go over to them if you know how to make hair and nails and do all these spa services, manicure, pedicure, you name them. As well as you can learn how to do makeup and all this, especially doing makeup. You can learn it from YouTube, then start offering that service on a door-to-door basis. So if someone is celebrating a birthday and they want to have a photo shoot, they will definitely need to groom themselves and look more beautiful. So you can learn how to do makeup, then you offer it, you go where the customer is. Again, what I always insist when it comes to doing mobile salon, spa and makeup, ensure you can deliver to the expectation of the client. I have seen there's a lot of risk associated with this, because you can go to a client, you do their manicure and pedicure, and then they don't like it and they refuse to pay you, and you've already used your fare, your time to go there. So you need to be able to meet your client's expectation. And as well, I think it's important to make people pay you a down payment or a commitment fee before you can make the visit to their houses or places or a place of work. I've also seen some people, because they're so busy in their offices, they just call a person to come and do them the manicure and pedicure while in their office. So they are able to get their nails done while they're in the office, and then the person gets paid and goes away. So this is a business idea you can look into. And always, as an entrepreneur, look at the risk and ensure the benefit you're getting is higher than the risk associated. So don't use, for example, don't use $50 to go to a client who is going to pay you $20. That doesn't make sense. You're actually making losses. So always look at the risk and costs associated with going to every client, then make your prices to match that. I've also seen other people doing it, like if you want her or him to come to your place, you as the client pays the transport fee of that person. So if I'm going to go to your house and it costs me, let's say $20 to get to your house, you will pay, I'll take a taxi, come there, then you pay the taxi guy the $20, then I don't incur any costs in transport, and then I can only charge you the charges for the service I provide. Now, the other business idea you can look into is being an influencer or an influencer manager. These are two different things. Being an influencer means you have a good following either on Facebook, on YouTube, on Instagram. We've seen a rise in this in recent times. We've seen a lot of people becoming influencers because they have a good following online. Now, what an influencer does is to promote a product for somebody else. So if, for example, I'm very influential and then I've decided to venture into this to become an influencer, I'll approach a company or someone who is offering certain services, and I tell them that, based on the influence I have, you will pay me this amount, then I can market your product to my audience. So again, this idea needs you to build your audience. So don't think it will happen overnight. You have to put in the work and build trust with your audience so that they can trust you enough to buy any product you market to them. Now, when you flip the coin to the other side, you can become an influencer manager, which we've seen it before, especially in the art industry, whereby you hear maybe a musician or comedian, they say, "This is my manager." So what basically being an influencer manager means, it means that you are the you bridge the gap between an influencer or an artist and possible brands that would want to work with this person. So what you do, you go look for brands as the influencer manager, and then you tell them that I have this person, I have this company that is providing this, and I think your company needs it. And then if they accept, you take that idea to the influencers or the artist or the company. If they accept to take that service or to sign up that contract with that other company, you as the influencer manager, you work on the contracts, you work on finalizing everything, then you take a percentage from that. For example, if I am, let's say if I am an artist or I am an influencer, and since I have too much to do, I don't have the time to go looking for people to work with, I can hire an influencer manager whose job will be to go look for people who can work with me, who can give me job, or who can give me a contract or a project. Then this influencer manager brings the possible companies that he or she has found for me to choose and see if they are in line with my values, my goals, and what I stand for. If I accept that, then this company will, maybe if they are going to pay me, let's say $10,000, the influencer manager can get 10 to 20% of that. So as an influencer manager, if you figure it out, if you have 5 clients and you get to be able to connect them, even with 2 brands for every 5 influencer, and you get 20%, that's good money. And it doesn't need capital, it only needs you to have a good social base and relationships. So build on your network. Somebody said your network is your net worth. This is one way on how your network can benefit you. So you can become an influencer, or you can become an influencer manager. As I mentioned earlier, this is the case that happens with most musicians and comedians, where they hire an influencer manager who bridges the gap and gets them a brand to sign up with them, then they get a percentage from that. Then the other idea is becoming an adventure or vacation planner or a tour consultant, whichever way you want to name it. But basically what you do here is, for example, if I know people, especially in this pandemic, people want to get away. They are so tired of sitting or staying in one city or one country or one whatever place. They want to do activities. They want to go hiking, maybe they want to go swimming, they want to go stay in a property or hotel, they want to go do a vacation somewhere, camping. Now what you do, you become the middleman. So you plan for them how their vacation or adventure will be, and what you do now, you contact the hotels to give you a better rate. Then you come and give it to them. Maybe you can hike it a little bit higher, or you can tell them to you can charge them separately. So what you basically do is you tell them like, okay, this is what you're planning. I'm going to handle all the activities that you need to do, but you'll have to pay me maybe 5% or this amount of money. So they will pay you, and you will go to the hotel, you will arrange how they will get there, how they will stay, the activities they will do, and just to make their stay memorable. So you become like the the middleman, to make sure that these people get to enjoy trip or adventure. Now this is very simple, especially we now have, like, most hotels are online, right? So you can contact the hotel and tell them, I have this number of guests who are planning to come to stay on these dates. Can you give me the good rate? They can give you a good rate, or they may not give you a good rate, but you can make the customer to pay you for doing that work. As well as you have there are people who want to go for a trip, but they just don't know how to plan their days. They don't know what activities to do, especially when it is a new country or city. So you can choose to plan for them, and this basically is goes well with people who are good at planning things. If you're good at planning, then this is something you can consider. As well as what do you need to start? You only need to have enough credit or airtime to call the people who offer who have the facilities, and as well get online to look at what might be good for your clients. And you can take it a notch higher once you are able to, you grow. You can take it a notch higher and now start what most people do as towards business. You can take it a notch higher, travel and towards business. So that is another idea. Then the other one is deep cleaning and sanitizing services. Now, with this pandemic, it has changed the preference of customers. Everybody wants to be assured that if I go to this place, the place is well cleaned and it's sanitized. People are more conscious about cleanliness more than it were before. Before, if you could walk in a restaurant or an office and you saw a sanitizer, you didn't even think about using it. You just pass it. But now, if you walk into any public place, you have to sanitize. You also saw that in public vehicles, they have to put sanitizer. So that means that the cleaning and sanitizing business is booming right now, and it might be here to stay so long as we continue to have the pandemic. So you can start a business of doing that, offering that service. Most businesses don't have the time to do the deep cleaning and sanitizing all the time, so you can offer that service. And based on how you agree, I've seen some companies, they prefer offering the products they need to be used for their cleaning and sanitizing, so you just offer the manpower. Or you can also do both. You offer the products for cleaning and sanitizing plus the manpower. Now, you also this is just for a start, but as you progress, you may need to consider buying buying tools that can help you do the deep cleaning more easily and faster and more efficiently. Again, do your research well. Don't go and do deep cleaning and sanitizing using dangerous substances, which will end up harming people, and you will lose customers or clients. So do your research well. And cleaning is something we've done since we grew up, since we are young kids. You cannot say you never washed dishes in your home, or you cannot say you never washed clothes. So this is something anybody can do. It doesn't really need so much effort and all that. Then the other one is food. There's this saying that says man cannot live without food, or we eat to live. I'm not sure, but it's something to do with food. People must eat. People have to eat. Now, if you know you are good at cooking, because not everyone is good at cooking. For some people, they cook just because they have to cook. Like, you know very well your food nobody can eat. So then this may not be your line, but if you know you are good at cooking, there are people who know how to cook, like their food is on another level, then you might consider doing food business as a way to earn income. There are so many people who are still working in offices and they don't have the time to always cook and carry packed lunch, and maybe they just don't have the energy to keep going to look for restaurants here and there. So what you can do, you can offer to deliver lunch for them. You may also offer to deliver snacks. I have also seen in other countries where street food is allowed. So if in the country you are in, street food is allowed, you can do that and make some street food and people buy as they are walking around. So food business is something you may consider, and it doesn't need much capital. It only needs you to learn how to cook well and maybe be a better cook, which of course you can watch videos, and again, if it's your talent, then you can do it better. And as well, and again, with food, packaging is very important. You may cook good food, but your packaging is terrible, so nobody will even look at it. So when it comes to food, ensure the way you package it, it's attractive. Presentation, food presentation. I remember when I did home science while in high school, there was I think a lesson on food presentation. There's a way you need to present the food. You need to present food to make it attractive, and this is something that even applies to kids. When you notice that your kids don't like eating, as a parent or as a guardian or as a nanny, you need to come up with ways you can present the food in such a way that it's attractive to the kid. And this can even include making patterns and all that. So learn how to package and make it look presentable and desirable. And then the other idea, as I said, I have so many. I'm gonna give one more. We take a break, then we come back. So the other one is pet grooming services. Now, with this pandemic and multiple lockdowns happening all over the world, we've seen some people being locked in other countries or cities, and they're not able to go back and be with their families for a very long time. Now, most people have resorted to having a pet. This could be a dog, a cat, whatever it can be a pet for you. Now, so most people have embraced having pets in their houses as a way of just for company, and others just for fun, and others for whatever it is. Now, you can choose to offer pet grooming services. What does this mean? Pet grooming services is basically where you groom a pet. The way we groom ourselves, you cut your hair, for example, if it's a dog, you cut the dogs have hair or fur. You cut the hair, you brush their teeth, you look at their nails. Just the same way we do our own grooming, you can do pet grooming services. And now on this one, you need to be very careful. This is not something you can just jump in and start doing. You have to understand what you're doing. You can take classes online, and then you see, like, some people wash their pets, so you can offer such a service, like, I'm gonna wash your dog and you'll pay me. I'm gonna come to groom your dog and you will pay me. This reminds me, the other day I was just speaking with a friend about her pet, and I was just trying to find out what is the cost implication of having a pet, and she told me grooming for a pet is very important, because you don't want to get diseases from the pet you have because it's not well kept. So based on what she said, honestly, this is an industry that you can make a decent amount of money, especially if you get a good client base. Because she told me the pet you have to brush the teeth of the pet, you have to wash it, bathe it the way you bathe, you need to cut the hair, you need to check the nails, you need pets do have their specific food, their specific snacks. You can do that just to offer it as a service and will make money. So we're gonna take a break from at this point. Again, I encourage you to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Financial Wellness with Sheila Mboga. Remember, today we are discussing on business ideas you may consider or you can do in order to earn income. This is because the pandemic has led to most people becoming jobless, and others having to increase their income due to the increase in financial needs in their families due to one reason or another. So these are ideas that, as I mentioned, some of them I have done them actively, and others I've seen my friends and people that I know have done them. So you can do them, and you can, be able to make some income. Let me know in the comments, what other business idea do you think a person should or can do in this season to be able to make an income? See you in the next episode.